All right, now here we go with the variations. The fun part, obviously start building ourselves up into some very advanced progressions. We're gonna take these stepping stones up. You can kind of play with the order of these, whatever makes the most sense. We're gonna add range of motion by doing deficit push-ups. We can do feet elevated push-ups. We'll go into some archer push-ups. We have all kinds of variations here to get to some single arm stuff, closer to a handstand push-up, all going to build up. But remember, if you can't get those 20-ish reps of push-ups, make sure we're not rushing to get to these variations. Obviously, they look cool on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, but take your time, build up where you're at, and we'll get those variations going. So check some of these out. First one is just gonna be a simple deficit push-up. Now, I like using dumbbells, helps keep that neutral wrist position. On top of that, we can change the angle of the dumbbells based on what we wanna do in terms of joint angle through that shoulder as well. I like setting them up at about a 45-degree angle. That's kind of the base standard, but you can go completely vertical, completely horizontal if you want to change up those angles a little bit. Basically, we're going to jump in. All that's changing is that we can get a bigger, lower range of motion, open up those shoulder joints a little bit. So everything's the same. Get ourselves in good position, lower ourselves down all the way to feel that big stretch in the chest. Come back up. Make sure we're not reaching the chin. Make sure we're letting the chest get to the floor first and driving off from there. Again, great way to start opening up that chest a little bit, work that range of motion, make it a little bit harder. All right, building those progressions out. Obviously, adding resistance is key. We got weighted vests today. I'm gonna show you just obviously on the ground and then get those hands elevated slightly for that increased range of motion. But overall, everything's the same. We are just adding some resistance to those reps. And then again, we can go into that deficit. Just to add some more. So great way to build those reps up, build a little more strength and endurance on top of those push-ups. If you're starting to get too many reps, great way to simply make it a little bit harder, bring those reps down a little bit, focus a little bit more on that strength. All right, so another opportunity to do some resisted. This time we'll do band resisted, so we get some of that accommodating resistance. Remember, the band will be easier at the bottom, where it's the hardest, and the band will be the hardest at the top of the push-up, where it is the easiest for us, typically with body weight. Now, how I like to do it is you kind of get this thing in a little bit of an X, throw it over your back, get your elbows through, so you kind of create that X on your back. Get your hands positioned, everything's set, everything's the same from here. Make sure shoulders are set, abs are tight, all the way down. Make sure we explode through that sticking point on the way up. Then we can obviously bring our dumbbells back in, if we're interested, to get that little bit of a deficit and bigger stretch here as well.